Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTuberverse, we are back once again with this tank again, funny enough. But it's okay. I'm just starting here. I am letting you guys know that Easter was very rough for me, and I did find out some other news of other things. But again, we trucking along. Give me some time to gather my thoughts and my emotions so I can talk about that regularly. Give you guys an idea about stuff, because I feel like if I talk about it, it might be some stuff y'all are going through too. So I mean, other than helping with animals and stuff, I just want to help people. So anyway, that's a thing. Real quick stuff, and we're going to move on. Today I'm going to be talking about more specifically the shrimps. They're doing amazing, my different shrimp. I got the Neocarandina species and the ghost shrimp, which I forget the species right now. I am sorry. I am not an encyclopedia. But there are two different species of shrimp. As you can see, the ghost shrimp, much bigger. I'm going to go over here real quick. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to kind of focus in on this guy right here. That is really a good size ghost shrimp right there. It's probably about as long as my guppies that I have up there. I have a couple female guppies I rescued from a sump system at work. But the other ones is this Neocarandina. I am familiar with their species. I mean, they're just so many colors. I really went into detail learning about these guys more than anything. Look at that guy on the leaf over there. Look at him go. They're funny. All right. These are more of like rillies, some cherries, but the Neocarandina species are just small species of little shrimp that are great at cleaning. They run around a lot. They're like rabbits, man. They get everywhere. Once you get a few, get you a couple of females, a couple of males, you're going to have them booming. And we do maybe have a couple of different colors in here because, like I said, a lot of these shrimp, the colorful ones specifically, were rescued from a sump system. They wound up being behind the system, and when I picked them up, they were not this colorful. The colors kind of came in as they were fed better food, given a lighting cycle, because where they were in the sump system, there was no light at all. So shrimp, let's explain why my tank looks like this in the bottom. What's all the schmutz and whatnot at the bottom? That is a mix of sort of old reptile, sort of soil, coconut fiber stuff with I didn't really clean out the bottom of it. So this is the old cichlid tank, and they are kind of messy. I purposely did not clean out all the waste and everything after I wound up getting them their new home and mix it around with that as good soil for both the plants and the shrimp, actually. They will clean up, pick it apart. A lot of this floating debris going on now is a lot of that going on. This tank is only a week and a half old. I took a 20-gallon and moved a lot of these guys over here because I was in a situation where I had to gather up a lot of my animals or find homes for them because I was expecting I had to find me a new home. Thankfully, things have changed. I am at the same place. I had to rearrange everything. A lot of stuff got moved around, and I'll show you that in a second. But I'm just going through here and showing you guys all these little guys. So Neocarandina, the stuff and that, they feed off of that. They also feed off this leaf litter. I have these nasty looking brown leaves just hanging around and stuff. I don't clean them up because not only the big shrimp you see, but the little baby shrimp, the fry, they're going to need to eat something. And a lot of the fish food you're going to feed are kind of big for them. So they need leaf litter and loose, broken down organic material for them to ingest so that when they do get big enough to eat that good food, they are ready to do so. But they can't eat it if they don't have enough to eat to begin with, you know? So you got to make sure they eat good. And the thing that I think you guys may or may not have noticed is that I have them in here with a betta fish, which are known, I will say, in normal circumstances, never, ever, ever pair a betta fish with your colorful shrimps. So if you have cherry, rillies, any of the Neocarandina species that'll draw the eye of a betta, do not pair them. Blinken has only one eye. You can see the side where he has no eye. He came into our store deformed, so to speak. I think he's awesome. He's actually a really nice guy. He swims with the other fish. He does see with that eye perfectly. But with these shrimp, I will say do not pair them with stuff like bettas, larger catfish like the pictus pet catfish, gouramis, angelfish, anything of the larger fish variety. Small microfish and community fish, like my mollies that you see here, they're fine with them. And there's another ghost shrimp swimming along. And then these two guppy females up here, they're not going to bother them at all. Now, if anything that you would worry about when it comes to pairing small shrimp with small fish is that your ghost shrimp, because of the size they can get, if you are trying to breed fish, they will, in fact, try and eat and actively chase after fry. Ghost shrimp are somewhat predatory, but since they're the size that they are at, they have to be picky about the food they can grab. Now, the fact that they're not eating the cherry shrimp and stuff like that, I've done this a lot in the past. There is a lot of supplemental feeding on this. A lot of the leaf litter, a lot of this broken down stuff, you see they're focusing on that. They're eating all the stuff I just left sitting there. I don't clean the tank because these guys clean it for me. So they have plenty and plenty to eat. So these little cherry shrimps and stuff, they stay fine. And they help eat too. Like this guy who's just having the time of his life on this leaf up here. And they come in a lot of colors and everything. I mean, there are some people that just, they search for the right colors, the breeding process and stuff. I don't really do that. Respect to y'all who do. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong for doing it. Everyone's got to have a career. We may not agree completely on the idea of like the culling idea and stuff, but hey, I'm not hating on you. I'm really not. And I don't know if there's too much else. I mean, they eat all sorts of stuff. You do have to make sure they have calcium. Yes, that's another thing. I forgot about the calcium. Yeah. Calcium is needed for these guys. So a lot of the foods that you would have to find outside of your regular fish food, you need to find something that gives them calcium. My personal favorite, I'm going to slip it in right here. This is crab cuisine from the Hikari brand. And they do actually have, if we move that in nice and close, some calcium to work with right there. A little bit of the calcium helps them out. And it does help out with Gary, who is my nyrite snail. And the funny fact about the nyrite snails I never noticed before is, I don't know if this is all of them, but Gary likes to dig himself up into the sand when he sleeps. And then when he comes out, he's all covered with sand and moss or algae and all sorts of things. It's just really funny to see him doing that. And then, of course, the shrimps kind of jump in and pick him clean of all that stuff. And that's a really big ghost shrimp right there. That's a really good example of how big a ghost shrimp can get. Also, another thing about them, you can tell the difference between male and female in the ghost shrimp by the size. Females are usually larger with wider abdomens. Males are going to be smaller and thinner. Obviously, because with shrimp, they carry the eggs in their abdomen until they're ready to hatch. They flick their legs around all the time just so they can put oxygen into the eggs. I tried to say a more fancier word and almost messed that up. But they try to pump oxygen in the eggs just by simply flicking their little leggies. So a little bit of a brief thing about how I'm doing with my shrimps and stuff, what I do, what I kind of know off the top of my head right here. I don't want to make this a freaking half-hour video, because if you let me, it can be. But I just have a phone right now. In future, I gotta tell me in the comments, guys. I've been seeing some views. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what y'all thinking. I don't know what y'all want me to respond about. I do really good at question and answer, I can't just talk to the wind and expect that I'm helping you all on what your questions might be. So, a lot of people say like and subscribe. I say ask me stuff, question me, send some comments down there, so this way we can bounce back and forth. And what I'll do, rather than just saying something in the comments, I'll make it a part of my video, and we'll talk about it in the video. And bit by bit, I'll answer all the questions y'all have, and if I don't know it, I'll research it before the next video. I know people. I work with vets. I work with so many smart individuals. And not only that, I know how to research. I've been doing it for over 20 years. So just, guys, talk. Let's get something going here. And I love that y'all been looking at my stuff. And I'm sorry that these videos are not the best quality. But we're going to move step by step. I promise we got some good stuff coming. Just hang on with me, guys. All right. Peace.